this dog right here for a little discussion at, at nighttime. And some of you have seen the title and you already had mixed emotions and responses. And I get it. So let's talk about this. As I prep it, I'll tell you the topics first as I'm waiting for a few more people to jump on this live. But one of the comments, or a couple of the comments that I've heard on a recurring basis here is that he could never be 90 years old, right? But for those of us who think that Bob is EP, I mean, if you're already accepting that possibility, then of course Elvis had all the money he could ever need to do any sort of, what do you call it, plastic surgery, and get the best medicine known to man and doctors, right? So we all know that he was struggling in some ways in 1977 and probably way before then for you historians. Those of you who know much more about Elvis' whole life than I do. But from what people have said about him there towards the end, whatever end you want to look at it as, he was realizing that he was not happy with the life that he had, and that the money, the fame, women, the focus, all of that he was still miserable. He became miserable. So those of us who think that it's most likely that he faked his death and had all the help he could ever need to pull that off, that would also include a dramatic life-changing event. And so you would naturally become a healthier person. All that stress would have gone away. Like I said, you would have all the money needed to take care of your health properly. So, and as far as the 90 years old appearance goes, yes, there are people that look fantastic at 90, and it's amazing to many of us, but we just don't all age differently. So I'm not telling you all of this or explaining it to convince anyone. I'm just, well, maybe just sharing it for those who are in the middle somewhere and wondering, like, what are these people thinking? There's no way he could be 90. And yes, he could be. And so that's what we're thinking. Hey, Janet. Another topic, comment that I've heard come up a few times, not nearly as many, is that Elvis was a perfectionist and his voice was perfect and nobody could ever compare to him. And that Pastor Bob's voice, he's off key all the time and blah, blah, blah. And as a musician and a vocalist, first of all, I know that the voice is not a perfect instrument, and neither was Elvis. And that's where the title for this video came from, is he was not perfect. And I could pull up plenty of his live performances, and I've heard cringy notes as a musician who knows what good pitch is or perfect pitch. But Elvis didn't have to be perfect. He had the charisma. And he could pull anything off, even if he was having a bad night, musically speaking, vocally speaking. And so Elvis was far from perfect, but as we know, he had the full package, and he was personable, and he was humble. And even though he struggled, he knew right from wrong, and he did a lot of great things, and he was a leader too, in many ways, several ways. So